Probability. I don't know. So probability is the extent to which an event is likely to occur. It is measured by the ratio of favorable cases to the whole number of cases possible. Okay. So we were talking about rolling a dice and getting a 2 on the die. The favorable case that I'm trying to roll a 2 is 1, right? How many possible cases are there? 6. That's why we're saying rolling a 2 is like doing 1 out of 6, because the ratio of 2s is 1 to 6 faces. So it's 1 out of 6. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions?
I have one question.
What's that?
Is this our last unit?
This is your last unit.
Okay.
So this is your last first unit. Or first lesson.
Oh, sorry. First lesson.
Yep.
For this year.
It's your last first lesson of
That's
this year.
sad.
I remember last year.
Yep.
Was
Yes.
This is our last first
Yes,
lesson.
I am. Okay.
Oh,
Probability notation. Okay. Probability notation. Thank you. Alright. Probability notation. The probability of an event occurring is what this is saying. So anytime they say P with event in parentheses, they're saying the probability of the event occurring. Okay? The way we figure out the event, and we'll put different things in here like probability of rain, probability of rolling a 2, probability of a July birthday, stuff like that. Okay? The event is just like a variable. It can be any event. Okay? Probability of flipping a heads or a tails or whatever. Alright? The way you figure out this probability is you take the number of successful outcomes and divide by the number of possible outcomes. Okay? So, in this room right now, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. We have 23 people. Okay? 23 people in this room. Okay? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 boys. 23 people, 10 boys. Right? So, let's say I shut the lights off, close my eyes, and I pick one person at random. What's the probability I pick a boy?
4 out of 23.
No, we have 10.
10 out of 20.
10 out of 23.
10 out of 23. There's 10 successful outcomes, 23 total outcomes, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What's the probability of picking a girl?
13.
13 out of 23. There's 13 girls in here, 23 people, 13 out of 23. That's our probability. Does that make sense? Go the same way. How many people in here have July birthdays? July birthdays.
Isn't it just you?
Okay. Well, I'm not counting myself. June birthdays. Thank you.
October.
Glad you remember. 2!
You should do
Okay.
October birthday.
So, what's the probability I pick someone with a June birthday? Well, there's only 2 June birthdays, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be 2 out of
23.
23. There's 23 total outcomes. Okay. What about somebody that has a Burr birthday?
What's a bird?
September, October,
Oh.
November, December, right? Burr. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 people that have a Burr birthday, right?
Gerber.
7 out of 23, right?
Wait, why 20? Oh, out of class.
Okay.
I thought you were talking
Now, what if I take all the boys out in the hallway and leave them out there and say, all right, I want to pick a girl that has a Burr birthday. How many girls are there?
3.
3. No, there's
13.
13 girls. How many of them have Burr birthdays?
Oh, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it'll be 6 out of 13. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Any questions about that? So it's really easy to figure out probability. You just take the number of possible outcomes and put that on the bottom, and the number of outcomes that satisfy what you want, put that on top. Okay? For example, if I flip a coin, how many outcomes are there for flipping a coin?
2.
2. What about the edge?
Hedge.
Yeah, it can land on the edge. See? Land on its edge.
Yeah, it didn't land.
Oh, okay. It's very unlikely for it to land on its edge. It is possible, but very, very, very unlikely, so we just ignore it.
How is it possible?
You can flip it to happen. Okay.
How is that possible?
Super unlikely, so we're just not going to count.
I like 1 out of
Alright,
a million.
so there's 2 possible outcomes. You have heads and the tails, right? Right? 2 possible outcomes. What's the probability of flip of heads?
1.
1 out of 2.
1 out of 2. Because there's only 1 head, right? What's the probability of flip a tail?
1 out of 2.
1 out of 2, right? Those 2 possibilities, 1 out of 2 and 1 out of 2, what do they add to?
1.51.
They add to 1. 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2, they add up to
1.
1. So all the possible outcomes, all their probabilities, will always add to 1.
No matter if it's like 4 out of 17, 3 out of 12. Well, 3 out of 17, 4 out of 17, that's going to add to 1.
And you're going to get 10 out of 17.
Okay, how is that going to add to 1?
Well, anytime you have probability, 4 out of 17 and 3 out of 17. Those are not all the possible outcomes considered then. Okay? So let's say we had 17 people.
Okay.
Okay? And let's say we have 3 pizza options. Pepperoni, ham, and cheese.
Okay.
Say 4 out of 17 like pepperoni. 3 out of 17 like cheese. Okay? How many people like ham? 10. So then if I look at all those probabilities, I say, what's the probability I pick someone who likes cheese? 10 out of 17. Or, sorry, 3 out of 17. What's the probability I pick someone who likes ham? 10 out of 17. What's the probability I pick someone who likes pepperoni? 4 out of 17. If I add all those up, 4, 3, and 10,
Oh, so
equals 17. You have to include all the probabilities.
Oh, okay.
We should have a real life example of that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we should
So
actually
just
eat
take a
pizza.
poll of
Though.
your favorite pizza flavors.
Yeah, and then we should buy pizza and we should eat it.
Oh yeah, you guys can buy pizza whenever you want.
Can we really? Can we buy pizza
Like
right
if
now?
we,
Yeah,
if
just
y'all,
Look at 310.
We're going.
Alright, so there is a 33. Think about it, Leslie. There's a 30% chance of rain. Here's a real life example. Alright, you watch the news sometimes, George Lesson pops up there, or Bill Steffens, whoever it is you watch, whatever station you watch, and they say there's a 30% chance of rain today. First off, I have no idea what they're saying. Does that mean it could rain 30%? 30% of today it will rain? So 30% of the 24 hours it's going to rain?
30% chance.
Or does that mean that any given moment there's a 30% chance it will be raining at that moment?
At any given moment.
Okay. I don't know what it is. It's confusing. But what I do know is that in order to predict the weather, they have this big computer that gets a whole bunch of information from a whole bunch of other big computers around the country. They're all in one big network. Okay. And they share different atmospheric conditions and different temperatures, different humidities, different barometric pressure. I don't know how to say that word. Barometric. That's it. Barometric pressures. Okay. And they share all this data with each other. And based on that data, the weatherman can predict if it's going to rain or not. Because he looks at the data, gives them a printout, and in the printout might say, on 10 days that had similar data, it rained 3 of those 10 days. 3 out of 10, 30%. Does that make sense? Or on 100 days that had similar data. 30 of those days it rained. 30 out of 10, or 30 out of 100, 30%. Does that make sense? Okay. So anytime you see 30%, that means 30 out of 100 or 0.3. Any questions? Okay. We talk about 2 on a 6-sided die. How many 2s are there on a dice? 1. How many total sides? 6. So the probability of rolling a 2 is 1 out of 6. Okay. Does that make sense? Any questions? Any questions? None? Okay. Last thing before we move on is something called the sample space. The sample space is a list or table containing all possible outcomes. Okay. So for a 6-sided die, the sample space is the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For a penny, what's the sample space?
1,
Nope.
2.
Nope. There's no numbers on a pen.
Here.
Heads and tails, good! Here are numbers, but. The sample space for a penny, my 2 outcomes are heads and tails. Right? What about for birthday months? 12. Right, there's 12 months. Birthday. So our sample space would be January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Right? You okay? Any questions? Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. For gender of students, there's 2, male and female.
Not really.
Boy and girl, I guess, yeah. We couldn't do that. We won't open that can of worms right now.
Technically, there's 3.
All right, we won't open that can of worms right now, okay? All right, so let's take our ideas about probabilities. We'll make a sample space, then we'll figure out some probabilities from our sample space. Okay? So it says use the table below to make a sample space for rolling 2 dice, 1 red and 1 green. So I got some pictures of red and green dice. I don't know if you guys knew this. When you look at a die, if I look at the top and I see 4, what's on the other side?
2. 1. 1. It's 6.
5.
3.
3. Okay? If I have 6 on top, what's on the other side?
5.
5.
1.
1. Okay. If you have 5 on top, what's on the other side? Please stop shaking.
2.
You're on the table.
2.
Okay.
2.
2. Because they always add to 7. Okay.
Oh, I knew that.
Every die, whatever's on top and whatever's on bottom, always adds to 7. If you don't believe me, go home, find a die, roll it as many times as you want. It'll work out. Kind of cool.
Oh, and why do they play 7s?
I don't know why they play 7s.
Wait, so
I think it's because 7 is the most likely roll of doubles.
That needs to be what number?
Alexis,
Wait, never mind.
Alright, so we're going to fill in the sample space. Across the top, these are my green die. They have 1 through 6 of the possible outcomes. Down the side is my red die, 1 through 6 of the possible outcomes. Does that make sense?
No.
So, this is the sample space for the green die. Here's all the possible outcomes. Right? Here's all the possible outcomes for the red die. Right? Does that make sense? Or yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Now, if I have 6 possibilities for the green die and 6 possibilities for the red die, when I roll them both,
12.
how many total outcomes can we have?
36.
12.
36.
No, you
Okay.
6 times 6.
Because each number has 6 counterparts, right? 1 can have 6 other numbers with it. 2 can have 6 other numbers with it. 3 can have 6 others, and so on. So you end up being 6 times 6, which is 36. Anytime you have multiple outcomes, like you have 2 things, like if I have a 4-sided die and a 3-section spinner, to find the total number of outcomes, you multiply. 4 times 3, which is 12. Okay. If I have a 2-sided coin and a 6-sided die, okay, total number of outcomes, 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So, when we're filling this table in, we're going to write the ordered pairs as G, comma R, so green, comma red. Alright, so the top one, so this first one would be like 1, comma 1, 1, comma 2, 1, comma 3, 1, comma 4, 1, comma 5, 1, comma 6, 2, comma 1, 2, comma 2, 2, comma 3,
1, 2, comma 2.
4.
Or 2, comma 1.
Because up here in the top left corner it says G, comma R. You could do R, comma G. It really doesn't make a difference.
I know, but like, isn't it out of 6?
Right. So this means I rolled a 2 on the green and a 1 on the red.
You tried to say my face.
Okay.
Smell like feet.
No.
Trying to lessen the vibration of your writing. Lesson. Lesson.
Is that a word? Lesson?
Yeah, lesson.
Besides L-E-S-S-O-N. L-E-S-S-E-N.
Needs to decrease. Needs to decrease. Yes, Alexis.
You know how you were talking about like the sides on the dice, like all add up to 7?
Mhm.
Is that kind of how you like keep this in the book? Because you have to add up all the like all the
So goes the tougher things. You can only have 1 through 9 in each box and row and column. So it's kind of like that. But it's on a much more complex scale.
Do you not agree?
I don't get it. Like,
Yeah,
so
me either.
hard.
It's fun.
how do you know where to put it? And there's a fine. How do you know where to put it?
Get these things together.
You teach me.
Not right now.
Does it make your brain stronger?
It does. It makes you a lot smarter.
Are you
Really?
recording our conversation?
Okay. So probabilities.
What makes you
Okay. What we've created here. This is the sample space. So if I roll 2 dice, this is every possible outcome. Okay. Every possible outcome is listed right here. Okay. 1 dice gets 1, the other dice gets 1. 1 dice gets 1, the other dice gets 2. 3, so on. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, what's the probability if I roll a 1 on the green die and a 2 on the red die?
1.
2 out of 36.
Here's the argument. 1, comma 2, 1 on the green, 2 on the red, or 2, comma 1. Are they the same thing?
No.
No, because this says 1 on the green and 2 on the red, right? How many times does that happen?
Once.
Once. So the probability is
1 out of 36.
1 out of 36. What's the probability we roll a 4 and a 4?
1 out of 36.
1 out of 36. It only happens once, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
What's the probability we roll a 3 and a 2?
1.
1 out of 36. Basically, since all of these are individual combinations, they only happen once. They're all equally as probable. Now we started getting different situations like certain sums and certain combinations of the numbers, then we don't get 1 out of 36 anymore. For example, if I'm going to roll at least one even, what numbers are my evens?
2, 4, 6, 8.
4 and 6, right?
Thank you.
8 and 10 are included.
Thank you.
So 2, 4, 6. How many 2s are here?
1, 2, 6.
6 2s, right? How many 4s?
6.
How many 6s?
Wait, 6 twos.
1, 2,
Oh.
3, 4, 5, 6, right? So if I look at all my 2s, 4s, and 6s in the rows, I have 18 total outcomes, right? Are those my only evens? No, we could also go from the columns too, right? So we have 18 count my rows. Now if I count the columns, 6, 12, 18, 18, and 18 makes 36.
So 36 out of 36.
So that means every time I roll an even number,
You rolling it on.
does it mean I roll an even number every single time?
No, because you could roll a 1 and a 3.
I could roll 1 and 3. So the way I figured it out must be incorrect, right?
You just have to count it.
What happened when I went all the 2s this way and all the 2s that way?
You counted the 1s too.
You counted 2 of the same thing.
I counted something twice, right? If I go this way, I counted 2, 2, didn't I?
Yeah.
If I come back down this way, guess what I counted twice?
2, 2.
2, 2. I can't count 2, 2 twice. Okay, then I'm adding outcomes. It doesn't work that way, all right?
You should watch
So, if I look, we have all the 6s this way, right? Or all the 2s this way, so that's 6. All the 4s, 12. All the 6s, 18. Does that make sense?
Yes.
18 out of 36.
Okay. Nope, we're not done yet.
What?
Now I come back down this way. Now, I counted some of these,
Oh, so you only
right? I counted 2, 2, 2, 4, and 2, 6 already, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I add how many?
3.
3. So I have 18 plus 3,
20.
21. Plus how many more?
3.
3, 24, plus 3,
26. 27.
27. And the reason we have to do it that way is so we don't double count any numbers. Okay? So we have 27 out of 36.
You just leave the doubles on. Times 2, 2.
No, it's not that there were doubles, it's that there were, well, yeah, it was the doubles. No, it wasn't just the doubles, right? Because this one, and this one, that was not every row,
Oh, yeah.
right?
So it was 4s and 6s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's this one, and this one. So it's this one, and this one. The ones that were both even.
Oh, yeah. If you times it by 3 or 2 times, it's about it.
Now 27 over 36. Do I leave the fraction like that?
No, we reduce
Can we reduce to what?
9 over, no, 3 over 9. Nope, 3 over 6. Nope, yep, 3 over 6. What?
3 or 4. Take a 9 out of everything. 27 divided by 9 is 3. 36 divided by 9 is 4. Now, if you can't do that in your head, type in your calculator. 27 divided by 36. Hit enter. Then hit math frac enter, and it'll give you the fraction. Are we good?
Yeah.
What does sum is 6 mean?
It means they add up to 6.
Means they add up to 6. Good. So how many add up to 6?
5.
1,
Okay, we have 1 and 5, right?
5.
2 and 4 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 5.
Okay. So 1 and 5, 4 and 2, 3 and 3, 2 and 4, 1 and 5.
Yep.
Right? That's 5 total ones that add to 6.
Yeah.
Right? So what's the probability?
5 out of 6.
6 out of 36.
5
out
out
of
of
36.
36. Okay. Possible outcomes is 36. Favorable outcomes is 5. Okay. All right, I want you guys to try at least 1 4, and the sum is 11. Okay. So try it anyway. At least 1 4, and the sum is 11. Thank you.
Stuck in my head all
Thank you
day.
for thinking music.
It's stuck in my head all day.
You should watch that movie 23. Because they go into casino
21?
and they start counting.
21?
I thought it was 23.
No,
At first I said 21, but no.
It's
Because
23
is a song.
23 is a movie Jim Carrey.
It's like, I said 21 at first.
I'll just call it
23 is a
song,
song,
the
game that they play.
Blackjack.
Blackjack.
What's 21?
It's like a bunch of college kids that are like really smart.
21 and over.
Huh? No.
Twenty and over.
And they go to casino and they count cards when it comes to blackjack.
So then they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Man.
It was a really good movie.
We should watch that
You
in
do
class.
that.
We should watch that.
It's gym
Huh?
time.
It's against the law.
You know on The Hangover when they win all that money?
I was
He
just gonna
does
say
that.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we when should you watch go to the Hangover. casino, you're not allowed to work as a team. They work as a team.
Well, you wouldn't know, but you could do it by yourself, couldn't you?
Have you seen The Hangover? You know how they have to like trick
Oh,
the
yeah.
guards and she acts like she had a heart attack?
Well, that's why you
No,
win
she
and
just
then you
followed
lose
her.
No,
and
it's
then
just
you win.
It hurts.
In the end, you still win
Oh.
more money than what you've lost.
But I
So
just,
they don't get
but I
suspended.
just make honest living and work for my money.
No.
Sounds easier.
Have you ever been to a casino?
Sounds easier to work for money.
People just go there.
Alright.
Dumb.
Probably roll at least 1 4. So how many times do I roll 4? Well, I have this row, right?
Yeah.
But you have to count over.
There's
double
6
one.
in this row,
And
right?
Oh.
And there's 6 in this column.
You have to don't. You can't count the 4 4 twice.
Good, we can't count 4 4 twice.
So it's 11.
So it's 6 plus
5.
5, which makes 11.
So smart.
If you don't believe me, okay, let's look at the ones that don't have a 4. Okay?
Every other one.
So the ones that don't have a 4, we have this section, right, which is 3 by 3. 9 total outcomes, right?
Yes.
We have this section, 3 by 2, 6 total outcomes. We have this section, 2 by 3, 6 outcomes. And we have this section, 2 by 2, which is 4 outcomes. So the ones that I boxed are the ones that are not 4s, right? The ones that don't contain 4s, right?
Yeah.
So the ones that don't contain 4s, let's add them all up. 10
Wait.
plus 15 makes...
They don't contain a force, or they don't
They don't
contain
contain
a
4. They don't contain a 4. Okay, any 4. Okay? So 10 and 15 makes 25, right?
Yeah.
6 and 4,
Oh.
9 and 6. So 10 plus 15 makes 25, right? So 36 minus 25 is 11. Okay? Because all the probabilities add up to 1, right? So if I look at the ones that don't have 4s, I get the same answer, 11 on 36. Does that make sense? Are there any questions?
Are we done?
No, we're not done.
Well, I'm glad you asked the question.
I don't think the word
Wait,
done,
what? I don't
done
get
is
it.
in your vocabulary.
French.
We're never done. Okay, what?
I didn't get it. What was the squares for?
The squares were showing you which ones didn't contain a 4, because in previous hours, people didn't believe me that I couldn't count that one twice. So I was showing you why by looking at the ones that didn't contain a 4. Why it works. Yeah. Oh, sorry, thank you.
I got it.
Is this your last day?
It is your last day. All right.
Tell her we missed it.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Tell her I'll miss her.
Oh.
She already left?
Who did we last day?
Oh.
Guna. So change to Kazakhstan.
Why
Alright.
did she leave early?
Yeah.
Why
Some-
did she leave it early?
She wanted to graduate her country.
She's just when her
Goulash.
time is done. All right, guys, back to this. So
Mom.
sum is 11. So what does sum is 11 mean? It adds up to 11. So how many add up to 11? What do we get?
2 out of 36.
2 out of 36, and that reduces to
1 out of 18.
good. And if you can't find them, they are right here. 5, 6, and 6, 5. Kind of interesting. All the ones that add to the same thing are on diagonals. You look 5, 6, 6, 5. That's 11, right? I go one diagonal up. What do we have? 10s. I go one diagonal up. What do we have?
9.
9s. One diagonal up. 8s. They're all on the same diagonal. It's kind of cool. I love when math is symmetric like that. All right. Let's try sum is 7, difference is 3, and doubles. Try it out. So probably when the sum is 7, when the difference is 3, and when you have doubles. What does doubles mean?
It's the same number.
Like 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6.
Good. 2, 2, 4, 4, 3, 3.
You're funny.
I am funny.
I never say you were.
Yeah.
I did not say you. Okay, Branch. You're hilarious.
What is difference is 3?
What?
What is difference is 3?
Difference is 3 means you subtract them and they have 3. Or they're 3 apart.
really super long. She looks Asian. She doesn't touch you.
You're nasty.
Okay, sum is 7, difference is 3 in doubles, Alexis.
Wait, difference is 3. What do you mean? Like between the two numbers?
It's like 2 and 5 have a difference of 3.
Oh yeah.
Wait, why did you say mine?
'Cause you were talking.
6 out of 36, and then the
Doubles and
Is
some
the backside gonna be homework, Rich?
What?
Is the backside gonna be homework?
We'll see.
doubles
Can
and
we
some
like go a day
Yeah.
without homework?
Yeah.
We went Friday without.
Last Thursday did homework.
Yeah, we did. We had to finish our.
Oh, so you don't give out homework when I'm not here?
Yes. Doubles and Sundays.
In Friday we didn't have OJ.
Yes, Alexa, wait till you're not here and I don't assign homework in those days.
I know, it's saying something.
So it's gotta be doubles and it has to have 8. So it's basically
Wait,
has
these
to
guys
be
doubles
doubles
and
and
hats
8.
also have to have what?
Perfect. So how many are there? You got it.
Branch, what's that place called that Gwinnett is from? How do you pronounce it?
Kazakhstan.
It's by Russia.
Alright, sum is 7. How many add to 7?
6.
Bulnas.
Bulnas, not
Okay.
goulash.
Look,
I'm just saying goulash.
1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4, 4 and 3, 5 and 2, 6 and 1. There is 6. And actually, if you have 2 dice, rolling a 7 is the most probable sum.
How?
What?
How?
Because there's 6 of them. Okay? You look at 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5. Look at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you look, 7 is the largest diagonal.
Oh yeah.
If I keep spreading out, the diagonals get shorter and shorter and shorter.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you see that?
Yeah.
Difference is 3. How many were there?
6.
We have 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 6. That's 3,
Yep.
right?
4
4 and 1, 5 and 2, 6 and 3.
6 and 2. You wrote 6 and 2 twice.
No, you got to erase and erase the thing.
Oh.
Okay. So that means there's how many?
6.
6. So 6 out of 36, which is
1 out of 36. 1 out of 6.
1 out of 6. Perfect. How many doubles are there?
6
1,
out of
2, 3, 4,
36.
5.
Good. 6 out of 36. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Which is also
1 out of 6.
1 out of 6. So since all 3 of these have the same probability of 1/6, they are all equally as probable. So when you roll a dice, it is as equally probable to get a 7 as it is to get a double. As it is to get a difference of 3. That's why in Monopoly, it's a good idea to get the spaces that are multiples of 7 around the board.
Nobody adds it.
So the 7th space, the 14th space, the 21st space, 28th space. 7's the most likely. That's all I can make. We don't play Monopoly, Mr. Branch. That's dumb.
So that's
No.
how you win the game. I
It's
never
like
play it all the way
it's-
through.
Yeah, it's like a 4-hour long game. I
You
hate
can
that
never
game.
play it all the way through.
Alright.
I just cheat.
Yeah, you can. You just cheat. Just use me banker.
I'm always
Alright.
like-
Doubles and sum is 8.
But you can cheat on
So, hey, the banker, it's easy.
It's
Doubles and sum is 8. Alright?
Talking
So,
about Monopoly?
yeah.
That game is for
if I'm looking for doubles, yeah. Any question? It's what? For doubles and sum is 8?
Oh wait, no,
Okay.
that's 1 after.
Doubles and sum is 8 means that it's a double and it adds to 8. So which double adds to 8? 4 and 4. So there's only one. So it's 1 out of 36.
The only one is 10.
Yeah.
What we're doing
Now-
is to-
Doubles or is the sum is 8. This could be both, okay? Or one or the other.
It's
It's like when you're sitting down to dinner and you're told you have to eat a vegetable. There's only 2 vegetables there, broccoli and carrots, right? You get to pick, don't you? Broccoli or carrots.
Yeah.
Some of you might eat both. Okay, I eat both. I think broccoli and carrots are delicious.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
Alright.
are.
But some of you are like, I hate vegetables, so you're just gonna pick one, right? Broccoli or carrots. Does that make sense? One or the other. So same thing. Doubles or sum of 8. Doubles or sum. So how many doubles do we have?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? How many sum of 8 do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4,
You
5.
can't count 4.
Good. We can't count 4 twice. Right? So you have 6 plus 4, which makes 10. So 10 out of 36. Which reduces to what?
5 out of 18.
5 out of 18. Does that make sense? Jose, I'll have to make another copy of that worksheet you're looking
I
for.
don't get how you do the redo.
No.
You have it right now?
No, I don't. I'll have to make another copy for you.
Oh,
okay.
You go make it?
I'll make it. You can make it if you want to. Here.
And then hit math,
Does he know what the password is?
track.
Take it to the office. You need the first 4 pages of the packet. If you make 2 copies, just write you need one too. Thank you. All right. Any questions?
Yes, I used to remember.
Yeah, we're still recording.
What? It's been a long time.
Not that long.
It's been 45 minutes.
And start right away.
So it's been like.
Okay. Last thing for today, Serena.
Whoa.
Okay.
Alright.
And then I'll use that word you like, Katrina. Done.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's called a probability distribution. Sorry, I'll write that in a second.
Oh, this is gonna take forever.
Probability distribution. Now, have you guys ever watched like ESPN where they say, here's a list of the teams in the playoffs and here's their likelihoods of winning or their odds of winning the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals,
They say percentage.
right? Or percentages.
Yeah.
They get those from probabilities. They find the percentage by finding the decimal. So like 1 out of 36, they do 1 divided 36 and they get a decimal. That's their percentage.
Well, how do they do
Okay.
that though?
Then you multiply that by 100.
Why 100?
Because then it turns into a percent. It's percent of our
No, but like how do they do 1 divided by how many teams there are?
Depends. If every team was, let's say we have 32 teams in the NFL, right? If every team was equally likely to win, they'd do 1 divided by 32. Okay, and that'd be everybody's probability of winning. But since some teams are better than others, they weight their probabilities of winning.
So where do they put their numbers in?
So then the bottom number changes as they give more teams. Like let's say they rate the 49ers as a 5 out of 5, right? And they rank the Seahawks as a 6. They rank the Lions as a 2. Okay? They add up all those numbers at the end and put that's a denominator in the probability. Okay? So it's different depending on which one. Alright?
Bye.
Serena, don't get that.
Thanks, Serena. Alright.
Oh,
So, all of our outcomes,
Okay.
when we roll 2 dice.
Jasmine, go home.
Jasmine, take it easy. Okay. Have a nice day, Jasmine. Okay. All the outcomes, when we roll 2 dice, are listed right here. 2 to 12. Right? How many ways can I get 2? How many ways can I get 2?
Ow.
I love it.
Just 1 and 1, right?
Yeah.
Right? So there's
Wait.
1 way I can get 2. So the probability of getting 2 is 1 out of
2. 12.
36.
36.
Wait, oh, we're still doing 36?
Yep, still rolling 2 dice.
Oh.
So when it comes to dice, it's always
Or you can divide by
If you're rolling 2.
If it's 1 dice, it's out of 6, right?
Yep, if it's 3 dice, it's out of 6 cubed. So 36 times 6. 180 plus
Hey, Brandon, what's your middle name?
216. What?
What's your middle name?
Wayne.
Brandon.
Alright.
Brandon Wayne Rich. That's so cute.
Thank you.
BWB.
Alright. For 3, how many ways can I get a 3? How many ways can you get a 3?
Wayne.
2 and 1, 1 and 2, right? So 2 out of 36,
So you're B squared.
which is
Oh, God.
You just made it not funny.
118. Thank you, Alexis, for still wanting to learn. Okay. How many ways can I get 4?
Oh,
3?
3.
I just guessed.
Nice guess.
Sweet.
You saw a pattern. 3 divided by 36 reduces to 1 over 12.
Whoa.
How many ways can I get a 5?
Wait, how can you get 3 out of 36? Oh, you can get a doubles, right?
No, 3. Alright, we are around 4. So you have 1 and 3, 2 and 2, 1 and 3.
this is going to be
Oh,
4
it's
36.
like the adding them together?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, how many ways can I roll 5?
4 to
4.
36.
4 ways, right? 4 out of 36 reduces to 190. How many ways can I roll 6? 5.
Which is 2, nothing.
Yep, reduces to nothing. How many ways can I roll 7?
6.
6. Now before you all press on and fill the rest of the sim by going 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Let me ask you, how many ways can you roll 12?
5.
1.
1 way.
Oh, 12?
And go back down. It starts going back down.
Good. It starts going back down.
That feels
Okay. So 11, there's 2 ways. 10, there's 3 ways.
It's like a parabola.
9, there's 4 ways.
It's like a bramble.
And 8, there's 5 ways.
Wow.
That's not reducible. All done? Thanks, sir. Okay, tomorrow morning better. Keep working hard, alright, bud?
Do you have my score for the test?
I have not got done yet.
He needs an English
You
tutor.
have it by today?
I'll try to finish it tonight after workouts.
Okay, I'll email you.
Hey, what time do you guys work out?
4 or 3. 3:15.
I would
It's
go-
in the backfield, right?
Yep. Any questions?
Make it at like.
Okay. What we're going to do now is there's some probability distributions for the differences and for evens, odds, or neither. Okay? So evens, guys, means you have 2 evens. So like 2 and 2, 2 and 4, 2 and 6. Odds means like all odds, 1 and 3, 1 and 5. Okay? Neither means 1 odd and 1 even. Okay, so I want you to figure out those probabilities. And also for our differences. Okay, what's the smallest difference you can have?
1.
0. Right? Difference between 6 and 6 is? 0. What's the biggest difference you can have?
5.
5. Good. So we have everything in between.
I'm so confused.
Difference means you find how far the 2 numbers are apart. Okay? So I want you to find the probability distribution for the differences and for all evens, all odds, and 1 odd and 1 even. Alright? Any questions?
Yeah, please, but how do you do that?
Can I explain that again?
Yeah, I'm really confused.
Okay. Like differences or evens and odds? Okay. Evens and odds. All evens means both dice show an even number.
Two, two, two,
So
four,
2, 2,
two, six.
4, 4, 2, 4, 2, 6, 4, 6. Does that make sense? Okay. Odds means they both show odds, like 1 and 3. 1 and 1. 3 and 5.
Okay.
Okay? Differences. Difference of 0. Those are the doubles. Because 1 minus 1 is 0, 2 minus 2 is 0, 3 minus 3 is 0, so on. Okay? Difference of 1, that means they're 1 apart. So like 1 and 2, 2 and 3. Okay? 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6. Okay?
Yeah.
Difference of 5, 6 and 1. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
How do you find the probability of that again?
You count how many times it occurs. So how many times the difference is 0? How many times the difference is 1? How many times the difference is 2? And you put that over 36. Yep,
Oh, it's on-
it's on the top.
Whoa.
Okay?
There's no-